You know what's the most amazing thing in the world, Artosis?
Yes.
I'm going to give you a hint.
What?
It starts with GS and ends with L.
Okay. GS Artosis L?
That was close.
Oh, okay.
It was actually GS Tasteless L, but, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was a good,
I was going to
guess.
put that second, but
yeah.
That's fine.
No, we're tied for first.
All right, well, this match...
But these guys, this is going to be... This actually, for me today, is the match that I'm the most excited about.
Yeah, they're good, man. You know, map's going to be ESV Ohana. Let's see it, Tasteless.
Let's check this map out. Ohana. What title set is it? I've discussed this map before. I just forgot it was actually called Ohana. It's an island, too.
Yeah.
If you notice, most of the StarCraft II maps actually are islands.
Yeah, they like to put, like, nothing.
You know, Metalopolis, if you look at that map, is actually on the top of a building.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of like an island.
It's kind of like... Well, no, it's like kind of like a building.
Well, it's kind of like an island because there's nowhere to go from it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just walk off it or you die.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this in the upper right. Excuse me, in the upper right. We have our Zerg player, young and deadly. His ID is...
FXO Leenock.
Look at that deadly nerd. Look out. Almost got you with the mouse.
Whipping that mouse cord.
Whipping that mouse around. And in the bottom right starting location, we have the Pokemon Protoss. Very solid, very scary. His ID is...
StarTale Squirtle.
All right.
All right, let's see what you got, Squirtle.
So, I'm actually really excited about this one.
Well, it's cool because it's a new map, and, you know, we get to see two top-tier players play on a new map. I can tell you what a Metalopolis TVZ is going to look like.
Oh, well,
you know,
TVZ in general.
Yeah, but
PVZ
is interesting.
It's a bit more dynamic right now.
It is.
It
absolutely is.
Not all maps. Not on Daybreak, but other maps. But, you know, Squirtle right now, strong argument for top 5 Protoss in the world. Leenock, definitely top 5 Zerg, so should be pretty sick. Squirtle's on fire. Leenock still doing well, though.
All right, as you can see, guys, some people here on Twitter, Squirtle is a beast, such good PvT. Here's the badass known as Leenock. Have good luck in GSL Codes. Actually, basically, everybody showing Leenock support here. A little bit of support for Squirtle.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, get on Twitter.
Yeah,
and
let us know.
Talk to us a little bit. He's Call Me Tasteless. I am Artosis. Of course, talk to GOMTV as well.
And also, I'm really glad to know that, you know, Sam has a Lions fan.
Lions fan Sam?
Lions fan Sam.
I think Sam is a Lions fan.
He's a fan of the Lions.
Yeah.
All right, start the cast over.
Oh, man.
Start the cast over. We're going to redo this.
Oh, jeez.
Knock on the booth. We'll be like, what? Why? He'll be like, Nick is...
He's messing up.
Nick's not good at reading.
It's too bad.
Now, this is interesting. Look at the placement here of that other hatchery.
Yeah, you know, he's just one of these, you know, you stall at one hatch. He's like, well, I'm going to go 3 base anyways. I'll just take that third first.
We were reading that stuff earlier, but does Squirtle actually know about that third hatch?
Squirtle is, I think he knows, but he hasn't seen it, you know?
Yeah.
If you block that natural, the third is going to get taken a lot of the time.
Pretty easy to assume.
Yeah. He doesn't need to actually go in and see it with his
Do you ever
guys.
feel that, I know we don't really see four-gating as much anymore, PvZ, but do you feel like if you delay, if you force the hatchery to be somewhere else, do you think then a 4-gate could be viable simply because it's 2 locations you have to defend instead of 1, and therefore there's a spine crawler problem?
There actually has been a brief resurgence of 1-base 4-gate builds, most of them being like the Choya style with just mostly stalkers, no sentries involved, maybe a zealot in there as well.
Yeah, the money, no gas.
There has been a brief resurgence, but the thing is, if a Zerg is going for 3-base play against a 4-gate, then they deserve to just die to it anyways. They would absolutely kill them. But, you know, it's it's easy for Zerg to figure out that that's happening because it came back into the metagame for a little bit kind of strongly.
Yeah.
And now if a Protoss does a gateway wall at the top of his ramp, you're going to kind of assume that. You're going to get your quick speed and you're going to be ready.
That's like the tell.
Yeah, it's like, what are you going to do? Sentry expand? Really, is anyone in the world aside from Sase doing that ever right now? No, I don't think so.
All right, so he's doing a little bit of pressure here. Just pushing out with these Zealots. He doesn't expect to, win the game with the Zealots, to do anything devastating. But what he wants really is to just force Zerglings out instead of drones. And then he goes back home.
Yeah. Leenock, he's only taking 1 gas so far. He's just trying to get his speed going. Looks like he's saving up to go ahead and get a layer started as well, and then he'll start throwing up a lot more gases. But
and I want to echo again, guys. Yeah. Always feel free to tweet at us at GOMTV during these games. It's a great way for us to kind of interact with you guys. We want this to be, an interactive show, a show where you don't just watch, but you can participate. So we have these polls and why we're showing what people are tweeting. Yeah. And somehow that Overlord is still alive because the Sentry does almost no damage.
Yep. Well, Leenock has gotten a lot of information. Okay, he's already seen that +1 is on the way. He's seen 3 additional gates, and he's seen 2 gases at the natural being made. Now, Squirtle obviously going to put on some sort of pressure with his +1. It's kind of just how you do it. But he's going up, actually, to 7 gates total. Now, off of 7 gates, I mean, a 7-gate +1 timing isn't necessarily the greatest way to try to kill a base off. Normally, you're going to want either some Immortals mixed in, maybe Blink, maybe +2, something like that. I feel like we're going to see Squirtle. Of course, you're going to want to pressure at least a little bit with this, but I feel like we're going to see him go ahead and take another base. Because off of 7 gates, he's got a good set of units. In fact, he's going super Sentry heavy. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and take that back a little bit. We're definitely going to have to see him put some sort of dedicated attack in here with 8
a lot
sentries.
Of sentries.
If you have 8 sentries this early, if you just take another base, then they're going to be like, wait, what? And they're going to do something like a Baneling drop and just kill them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to get out there and get some damage done.
Now, there's a lot of Speedlings out here, too, so we're going to see how masterful the Force Fields
if they catch the Forest Stalkers coming out, which is a possibility.
Oh my God,
they're going for the sentries.
All right, here we go.
No, Squirtle in some trouble here. Leenock doing a great job cleaning up a lot of those sentries. He cleaned up 3 of them, and it costs a lot of force fields as well. Great moves by Leenock here.
Also, good call there to not use force field in that second engagement. He knew he could just drive him out. Now, here's where it's going to be tough. Can Leenock defend? This is a pretty heavy investment here by Squirtle. Nice force fields all around the Stalkers, sort of on the outside here.
A lot of Zerglings in here, but there is +1 attack for these Zealots, Stalkers, and Sentries, so the Zerglings do get cleaned up very quickly.
Nice.
Don't forget, he has a lot more Lings on the way. His +1 Carapace is on the way as well, as if this lasts long enough.
I don't know if he should attack over here towards the Spine Crawlers. I guess he can. Nice warping the Zealots in there to get in the way. Oh, this is really bad for Leenock. This is really bad. That's a GG. Okay.
So
that game was short. Whoa.
We do have to point out that Leenock never even tried to get any roaches in there. Now, the heavy sentry count would help out against roaches, but you can't battle +1 7-gate attacks with just Lings. That's actually Leenock being really greedy. Anyone that goes 3 base and tries to have only Lings for defense is actually, they're basically cutting too many corners. If that were doable, Protoss would never win a game. You have to get those roaches as well. It's one of those decisions
where you're basically banking on your opponent not fully engaging you.
Now, if he had gone for a quick 3rd base, which we sometimes see when you add on a bunch of gates and you've got your 2 gases a little bit late because you need enough gates to actually fend attacks off, if he had done something like that, then Leenock would have had a nice lead. But you can't go 3 base and only Ling for defense. It just will not work ever. It is not going to work if the Protoss is competent at all.
And I want to echo a little point that you made there. With the +1 attack, a Zealot kills a Zergling in 2 hits instead of 3. So that's huge. And also the way he was warping the Zealots in was just allowing, even when the Lings ran by, 1 Zealot hit and boom, half your HP is gone. A Sentry and a Stalker shoot at you, and suddenly the Zergling didn't even do anything. Good call. They're actually going for the base with the 2 spine crawlers. I thought he was going to, because there were 2 spine crawlers located there, go towards the double macro hatches. I think that might have been safer, because he can actually then kill or at least push away the 2 queens, so no larva inject there. But then again, I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But as soon as you realize, wait, this guy's trying to defend with only lings, it almost doesn't matter what you do when you have +1.
Yeah, that's true. It's basically just throw up force fields correctly.
That's why people don't defend with just lings, because of that quick +1.
All right. Game number 2 already underway. That was, I believe, our shortest match of the day. Damn. So it's going to be a ZVP Leenock against Squirtle. Let's get this thing going. The game is now loaded. Our ZVP for the day. One player moves on. The other one still has a shot at getting that moving up in Code S, but it's going to be that much harder. So let's do this. Our youngest player here in the GSL against one of our newest players here in Code S. This is the GSL.